Working. Hey, what's up, everybody? Everybody. Is it what? 2 people? Oh, I wanted to set something up. I forgot. Let me check if I can. ¿Qué haces, Macru? Nada, estoy trabajando desde las... Son las 2 de la tarde ahora. Estoy trabajando de las 3:30 de la mañana. Así que me pudrí. Y me di cuenta que no sé si voy a llegar al stream de las 7 de la noche. Así que voy a bolidear un rato. Me voy a divertir un rato. Esculpiendo algo, alguna boludez para relajarme un rato. Estuve trabajando. Todo en español salió ahora. I was working in the Grim Reaper character, but I forgot to set up the video to show you guys. Let me see. Hey, what's up, Andre? All good, just testing noon setup, noon stream. No, just because it was, as I was saying in Spanish, I woke up at 3:30 a.m. today, and I've been working since, and now it's 2 p.m. So it's been more than 8 hours already working, and I'm kind of fried. So I don't know if I'm going to get to the, today's stream. Yeah, it was a lot. I did a lot. I'm trying to set up this so I can show you guys, but it's not letting me. Oops, I need to add so Bobby, what would be this would be a media. I'm talking about let me check. Or I just I have the screen. No, that's the other one. There you go. Let's speed this up. What's the button to speed this up? Come on. God damn it. With a shortcut you could speed up. Playback. Speed up. C. With C. Nothing is working today. No, it's not true. Been working like crazy. But this should be sped up, and it's not allowing me to speed it up for some reason. I've been working on this guy, and recording the process, but I want to show you like speed up, because if not, you're going to see 44 minutes. I did 2 sessions for 1 hour. Bobby, you have a question. Quick question. Do you typically poly paint and then render in a program like Keyshot, or do you use Substance Painter? Good question, Bobby. No, I use only poly paint, because everything I'm doing is, in terms of texturing and painting, it's just for showcase. It's not for rendering on games or anything like that. Whoop! I need to set up my chair. So it's only poly paint, and we get to that eventually. Come on, this is in real time. Something is not working. Oh, I found the reason why. There we go. Now we can go faster, right? Yeah, let's see here. 16. I think it tops is 16. ¿Qué se quitó? Después hacemos llamadito, amigo. What's up, William? See? Been working on this guy. All the tiny. So this is what we do, guys. Like, once we get the overall model and we're happy with that, it's all about fine-tuning. You know, and texturing and just fine-tuning and checking that everything is working correctly and we don't have like overlaps or like gaps between the, for example here, like between the strap and the arm. See, I spent like what, I don't know, 20 minutes there. Same here. This is a nice brush that I use sometimes to flatten like this one, the planar. The planar brush, what it does, it's just, what's up, child of the atom, that's a team. What the planar brush does, it just takes the first polygon, you can say polygon that you press on, and according to that one, it tries to make all the surface the same level. So it's really useful. You should try it out and see what it does. Planar brush, okay? So yeah, I wish I could work this fast, right? 16 times faster. So yeah, what I did here was prep, start cutting this arm because I knew that this arm had to cut it. So I just masked it off, and took it away. Let me see if I can check the other video what I did there. Here is, so it's the same, like checking that all of these parts, there are no gaps, between what I do for stuff like that. I want just to make be completely sure that it's like overlapping with the other surface. So once I dynamesh it, it's going to merge together to one tool. What I use is the H polish brush, and use it in reverse. Instead of add, subtract, you can say, and with the back face activate. That's very important. You have to have the back face activated because that way it's not going to affect the other side, and it's going to allow you to do this. I hope you can tell from the angle. It's kind of weird, but see how I'm creating that thickness, because I know that is going to go inside the other mesh there. And I just make sure that there are no gaps between those two meshes. For example, you can see it here easily because you have texture, so you're going to get it. See? And it's going to create a few artifacts because since we have all that texture there and we have the back face activated, some of the polygons are going to, facing backwards, so are going to be facing the other side. So, you're going to get those, but once you dynamesh it, all that is going to get clear. Bobby, you're loving my custom clay build-up brush, by the way. Thanks, man. Happy you enjoy it. I use it a lot, all the time, so I figured it was going to be useful for somebody else if I did use it. You should check the F/ one as well. That I use a lot. It's not a replacement of the DAM standard, but it kind of works similar, but you can go deeper, and it doesn't, I don't know, it's hard to explain what it does, but once you use it and you compare it, do the same kind of stroke, across a surface using the dump standard or the F-lash, and you're going to see the difference. You're going to get what I mean. See, this is like repetitive, you know? It's doing all this, so I work on this. I think I did it today. Yeah, I like woke up in the morning, super early, extra early, I don't know why. And I just started working on this guy because I didn't want to jump into work right away. And I knew that I had to show something today. But the thing is that I'm extra tired as well. So it's like I usually do the streams at my 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Wednesdays. Subscribe. Subscribe if you want. But the thing is that I don't know if I'm going to get there. I'm drinking like cold coffee. Let me check what my friend Atim, I know, ATM. How did you do the inside imprint of your Samurai Wolverine? Where the armor attached to the shirt, the texture was on the side of the key and the inside of the key. Oh, okay. That is easy to do actually, my friend. But I did those keys. Remember that. I did set it up, but what you have to do is you use a function that I'm going to show actually in this video here. That is called basically is subtraction. So you used to, let me see. Well, here I want to, well, let me show you something first, because to the other rest of the humanity that is following these videos, when you have something like, you know, I dynamesh all this together and I, you know, made it one subtool. And what I'm doing here is checking the inside. Why? Because since I have those, you know, how do you call those? I don't know how to call it, Evishas. God damn it. Well, those metal parts, whatever. I know that there might be a gap between them and the strap. So I was checking here, and you can see over there I'm pointing with my finger because I'm a master. I'm so bright and intelligent. You can see here there is a problem there, right? I mean, it might not cause a big problem in the printing, but just in case, you don't really need this part, you know, because this part is connecting between these two sides, and it's going to be weird for the printer to understand what is going on over there. So just in case, what I do is I inflate it, not with the alt, not subtracting, but adding, because it is the reverse part. So this is the inverse part. When you inflate it, it's going to push it together. And once I see that, you know, that the mesh is turning inside out, you can say, I leave it there, because I know that next time I'm going to dynamesh, it's going to clean that and it's going to close it. Checking on the rest, you know, see, I found a few places that we have the same problem, so same. So printing, it takes time, and to prepare a file for printing takes quite a lot of time if you're thorough with it. But Achim, you're going to see what I mean. You just have to imagine it, but the technique is the same. Well, I did that, did the cleaning, and there we go. This is what you're asking, Achim. See, I have the skull here, and instead of printing it all together, because you know, printing that skull with all the whole body and chest, I might have some kind of issue or whatever, and it just will be much easier, you know, if I print the torso as one file and then I print the skull as a different file. If I have any failures or whatever, I can just reprint, you know, the skull. If I have the skull embedded in the torso and I print that and I have any failures, I will have to print the torso completely again. And the torso is already, you know, has a lot of details and stuff like that, so it's not, you know, I hope it comes out okay, but it's not super easy. Should be fine, but let me get back a little bit slower again. See, I think what I'm doing here basically is subtracting the skull mesh to the body, from the body. So that is the same thing that we did with the samurai. Like, since I sculpted all the cloth texture, you can say, with the armor, what I did is, what you do is you subtract the armor from the mesh, from the body, and then you get all those imprints, but in reverse. So when you connect them together, they should fit perfectly. They won't a lot of the times because resin tends to change according to the weather. So usually you try to make those parts flat actually. But in that case, since I didn't do the keys, they did it that way and it worked out okay. See here, I'm just adjusting and fixing little parts that I see that have mistakes or can cause problems. And then once I did that, I added this key. See, I had a problem there, so I had to redo it because that was my bad. I added this key just to make it easier, to glue it there if I want to, or just to make sure that it's going to stay there, it's not going to fall or move or anything. And it's kind of fun, this one, talking and not sculpting all the time. Did you lose your finished files due to HDD failures? Yeah, I did once. I did lose a few files. Luckily they were like done, and it was like a backup file, a disk that I had. It wasn't a backup, it was an old disk, but usually I buy new disks and I move on to the next disk, and some of the old files stay in the old disk. But I was when was it? It was, I don't know, maybe a year ago. Yeah, I got a failure disk and I lost a lot of files, but I do back up my files. That's the thing. That's why I didn't lose too much, because I have separate disk that I do that every time I finish a job, I back up the file on that disk. Kamehameha Master, yeah, man, I'm telling you, I'm pretty early because I don't know if we're going to be doing the stream. I mean, this one is not going to be about Grim Reaper. I'm just talking about this a little bit, showing you that I'm working on it, because I don't have much to show about him. Like, it's just polishing and polishing and polishing, and once I get something interesting that I can show you again, I will keep showing you, the workflow of the Grim Reaper. But for now, I'm just working on him, like, off hours. I don't know how to call it, off stream hours. And today I just wanted to chillax, and just do some freestyling, whatever the hell. Because I've been working since 3:30 a.m. It's almost 2:30 here. So I've been working for a long time. Almost, yeah, like at least 10 hours. What's my tip? David Lee says, what's your tip on that in order to avoid that mistake? Which mistake, sorry, did you lose? You're talking about files? Losing files because you asked that earlier? Or what are you talking about? About what mistake? Sorry, I'm taking out my shoes. Backup, man. If you're talking about that, I'm just recommend you to back up your files, and obviously save. I don't know if people don't do this. Sometimes I save iterations, like don't save over the same file. I have some iterations of 60 or whatever. Yeah, no, about that, just get a better disk. If you have repetitive problems, maybe your disk is just corrupted, but that's the only advice I can give. Like, save your files in different iterations, and if you can, back up your file. The best thing that you should do, that I did sometime, for a time, but then I did for a while, but then just got lazy. It was backing up my file by the end of the day, every time. Just that one would get updated, in the backup disk. So every day after I save the disk into the computer, I will save it also in the backup drive. So that way I will always have, in any case that something happens to the hard drive in the PC, I have a backup drive with the latest update of the project. Kochi, what's up, my brother? ¿Qué hace, lindo? Después iba a llamar, boludo, pero tengo que hacer esto porque si no lo hago ahora, pues por ahí no lo hago, me voy a dormir. Uy, it's getting bigger. So what we have here, just sphere, remember, you know, just drag a sphere, make polymesh if you're new in Zbrush. What do we have? Now we're just going to make some weird shit. I need to change the music, but I forgot. Yeah, you can tell. Sí, Leo. 2 horas me muero, pero tengo que esperar hasta las 5 por lo menos porque tengo una llamada con la gente de políticas de privacidad. Estoy en eso, ¿viste? I know, Kamehame Master, I know some parts of the workflow can look kind of boring when you are streaming, but would watch anything you do. Thanks, man. No, that's the thing. It's just the same that I've been doing, so I figure if I have to wait, you know, until it's 7 p.m. on Wednesdays and work on it, it's going to take me forever. So I'm using some, you know, spare time here and there to work on it, and just been recording it. And if I see something that, okay, I'm going like, okay, yeah, this might be interesting to show them, I will definitely show it, like right now. But so far, it's all be the same. Elmo. No, not Elmo. The other one. What was the name of the one with the nose like that? No, the Muppets. It's not Muppets, right? It's the Plaza Sésamo. Sesame Street. I am just going to fool around. I don't want to do any superhero characters. Who here? Okay, let me check. Yeah, it was from Muppets. It's Gonzo. That's right. That's right, my friend. It was Gonzo. Sesame Street. Who here? We got what? 12 in Facebook. I don't know if somebody's watching on YouTube, whatever. Yeah, we got around at least 20. Does anybody here owns a 3D printer other than my friend Leo? I wanna know. Let's change the material so we have a little bit of different color, at least now. That's an arc. Okay, David Lee has to do a CR10 and an Ender. Nice. Well, I'm going to be releasing some news about something I'm doing soon, so if you might be interested. But since you are here and you've been here, I'm sure you're going to see the news when I do release them. Yeah, man. I mean, if you're printing, resin printers are unbeatable. Like the quality you get from something with resin, it's just. You just can't get better than that at the moment. I mean, all the FDM, you know, the filaments, I have the Prusa, whatever, but once I got the, sorry about I mean, the filaments are awesome. And once you get that resin one, you don't look back. If you do, I mean, you might use it for something that you need something at a bigger scale, or something that is a little bit rougher, that you don't care, that you can fix with siliport, with some clay, whatever. Yeah, but if you want a nice, once you get a nice finish from the resins, that's it. Hey Ray, hi, good day, sir. What are you sculpting today? A goblin, orc, or a vampire? Ah, yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be an orc, because Leo said an orc, and I was like, okay, might do an orc. Some orc head, I don't know. The orcs have big jaws, and they usually, are recognizable by the big fangs that they have. Mr. Sansom, yeah. What I'm fascinated is like all the same people are here. Like if I do it at 7 p.m. or I do it at 2:30, you're still here. So I'm wondering, like, well, how old are you in average? Like, are you working, or it's because of the pandemic that you're working from home? You work? You don't work? You study, school? I know my friend Atim works, but over there is early, and I know what he does. So I don't know if he's like sneaking in some live videos from YouTube at work. Are you Atim? You're sneaking some YouTube stuff? Oh man, yeah. Have you been reading Lovecraft, Atim? It's cool, man. I mean, you get the audiobook. You get the audiobooks, man. They're very cool. Yeah, welcome, my friend. Okay, let's get green. So we got the orc vibe already. Okay, I'm going to show you the difference. We got the let me see if I can. This is the damp standard, and this is the F-flash. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but for example, I am like, see, a stroke is going over here, but it's kind of moving to the side. With the F-flash, the stroke is here and it stays there, like it's pulling the polygons to where my stroke is. The damp standard kind of like shift to the side. I don't know why. Kind of shifts a little bit to the side when it counters. When it has some weird geometry. Yeah, man, child, the audiobooks are awesome. So find just a good guy, that is narrating it, and check the Lovecraft stories. They're pretty cool. If you like horror, or what was the name? Well, how it was coined with a name. It's not Mystic. For some reason, I'm thinking about Mystic. Space horror now. God damn it. Fear of the unknown is the catchphrase, but it's not that. Sorry, I don't remember the name of the genre. I was spaced out there. Kamehameha Master, what about me? I'm working from home. Nice. Well, you're working, man. Okay, so you're working, so it's the same, yeah. Like, if I stream at this hour or if I stream later, you can check it. Nice. Mr. Senso, how long this stream is going to be? I don't know. About an hour and a half. We'll see. Depends on how I'm feeling with this guy. David is asking me what's my favorite anime. I don't really watch much anime, to be honest. I used to watch. I saw Cowboy Bebop. I really like it. What else? Well, Akira blew my mind. Like changed what I thought I knew about animation. Completely destroy it. And show me that there is a completely new world. Like and you know, animation is not all about Mickey Mouse and princess. And that was amazing for me. Like Akira is on the top of the charts, you know. No, it's not pulp, my friend. Cosmic horror. There you go. Is the Lovecraft is that thing? It's cosmic horror. And then I did some teeth. Let me check. Mr. Sanson, at the end or near the end of the string, could you show me how to project color on anything with Spotlight? Man, we can do that right now. So Spotlight is this tool, like I have shown before. Okay, you should check it. It's super powerful. It's interesting. Now, what is this? See here, let me see if I can move this. Every time you go over one of these, it's going to give you an option, right? And if you press C, it's going to appear. If you press Shift C, it's going to make it on and off. Okay, so see here that I have like this is for use and some like I have the spotlight and just press C, it's still on, and you can go and paint like that, right? But you don't want that because you're not going to see anything. What you can do is you go to the spotlight radius, you move that, and now when you press C, you have this radius that you see. Okay, let's take it to the basic material so you can actually get the color. See? And now it should just have the, I don't know, standard brush with the RGB. You just can go there and start like stamping, you can say, the texture onto the mesh. And see this cutting here because that is until where I have it. So let's say if this is something that's stylable, you can move it there and paint, and you get the texture there. But remember this, that this is just projecting. So for example, if I paint there with this angle, see how it's going to stretch because it's projecting it onto a 3D surface. Just be aware of that. So remember, spotlight radius to paint, to see what you're going to paint. And that is basically it. Just play around with the, with the tool, and you will figure it out. It has all the information there. Oh, what's up? Wait, let me check. Rape, yes, please sculpt some cyberpunk team like Akira. It would be awesome. Yeah, I'm doing a few girls like. Not doing them in the streams because for some reason, when you show breast, YouTube cancels your video. I also stream, but not today, and I don't worry, I will not steal your audience because my streams are in Russian. Ah, Kamehameha Master, they're in Russian, dude, steal away, don't worry. It's cool that everybody's learning and sharing information. Where is the resolution for the image? You're talking about the spotlight. You should check, whatever resolution. I mean, as big as you can get, I guess. But the thing is that you have to have the enough resolution in the model because it's polypaint. Remember, it's painting in the bird in the polygons. So don't matter. It doesn't matter if this is, 4K. If you don't have enough resolution in the model, it's not going to be visible. Mr. Sanson, but what options do I need to pick to project? What do you mean? Like, you go to the texture palette that is here, texture, you can dock it there, and you pick a texture, from here, or you just import it. Once you have it there, on and off, and you're going to get it there. If you don't see it, you can see here, it says add to spotlight, you add it to the spotlight. And there you have it. And now, again, spotlight radius, you press C to hide the rest. And see if we have the add, it's going to sculpt using the texture, okay? That is useful as well. But if you want just to paint, you use the C add and then you paint. And you get the paint over the model. No, Juan, this is not like a painting software. Like this is not Mari or other softwares. You cannot do what you are thinking about doing with this one. You will need to have the equal resolution in polygons, and it's not going to work. If you want to do this kind of texturing for games, you should use a different software, like the most popular one. I cannot think about the name right now. What's the name? What's the name? Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. What's the name of the most popular software for painting? Substance. There you go. Can I have your YouTube link where I can see your work? Yeah, you can. You can see. You can look my. Go to YouTube right now. It's Franco Carlesimo, same as the name, and you will find it. No, fucking Pelusin is a long time ago. Okay. Pelusin was a long time ago. Oh, forgot to apply that. First time painters. Unplug the matrix. The Substance Painter is software I haven't used, never ever, but I kind of would like to. I'm thinking about at least trying the trial version or whatever, because it's kind of cool, and I kind of like to paint models as well. I used to do that a lot, but it used to be with the, Photoshop and stuff like that, so it wasn't as fun. Now with Substance Painter, you can paint right on the model, and you get all those cool features that they have. It must be a lot more fun. So I kind of want to try it out. No, I don't think I'm going to print. I don't think I'm going to print this one. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just doing it to do something and have a little bit of relaxation, because I've been sculpting for work all day. So now, to relax, I want to sculpt for myself. And then there is no, I'm trying to do things in a different way that I would usually do, just because of that, because to have some fun and to practice and see different workflows, different things, different ways to approach ahead. I don't follow a specific method for anything. I think that's might be a problem sometimes, and that's why one of the reasons why I cannot teach. Well, I kind of don't believe that much. I mean, yeah, it's super obviously. If you're working in a company, you need to have a workflow and you need to have a proper way of doing things, you know, so everybody can get on the same pipeline. If I'm working for myself, I kind of like to experiment and figure out different ways of doing stuff. The clients they don't care as long as the sculpt is finished, it's done, and they don't care how you get there. How you got there? They just care about the finished product, so. Are you going to bring, speaking about hours of work, do you work 8 hours straight, don't stop? No, I don't know, I don't think I do that. Like, I don't really time myself, sans on. But I do work more than 8 hours a day, that's for sure. But it's nice that you have to go, you know, take a little walk or stretch your legs. Kind of do that sometimes. And I don't work like 8 hours, you know, from beginning to end. Like I take little breaks from here and there. Like maybe work an hour or like 1 hour fully engaged. Then I take a break of 10 minutes, you know, watch a YouTube video, you know, whatever, and then go back, and then another hour and a half, and then go make myself a coffee, stuff like that, like little breaks from here and there, because it's not good for you to, you know, be sitting like for 8 hours straight and not moving your legs and stuff like that. You need to at least stretch your legs. I do use custom painters a lot. I have tried Mari as well, but it has such difficult logic. Kamehameha Master is saying, yeah, I've been told. Mari, for what I understand, and you can go to Lucas Cuenca, my friend, YouTube channel. He explains a lot about stuff that, because he works for Double Negative, you know, he makes movies, cool creatures for movies, and he knows all you need to know about, like, the, you know, workflow in a pipeline in a real studio. So for what I understand, like, Mari is very useful in that, in like big studios, because it requires a big machine also. But I haven't never used Mari. Never, ever. Oh, we have a face. Don't worry. I mean, you saw how I got to this head. Like, don't worry about, like, figure out your own way of doing stuff. Like, sometimes when you're, you know, working for yourself, I don't mean like figure out your own way and that's the way you do it or whatever. I mean, if you get a job in a studio, you will need to learn the pipeline. And if you're doing stuff specifically, you know, for something that needs to go, even if you're a freelance, if you're doing a model that needs to go to a pipeline, you have to know how to deliver that model. I mean, you cannot deliver it badly, you can say, but the way you get there is figure out what's the best for you. Like, some people start from a sphere, some people start from base meshes that they created, some people start from different shapes, some people start to lay out, you know, the whole body before even start to go in, you know, for the secondary shapes. Just try all the ways that you can, and you will see what was the best way for you to approach your job. But don't get stuck in the only way that you learn from the, you know, if you learn, just try different things. You know, don't get married, you can say, to the first thing that you do, the first way you do something. Like I would always now these days I don't care anymore because I'm not using it that much, but I learned 3D by using 3ds Max, and I wish I would learn 3D by using Maya, because everybody, like, for what I would like to do back in the day at least, like movies and VFX and stuff like that, everybody was using Maya. So that was like a pain in the ass, and it would have been cool to know Maya and go there. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I don't know if I get what I'm saying right now. Just try different stuff. That's what I'm saying, basically. And do it. Try it by yourself. That's what I meant. Like, don't let anybody else tell you what is the best software, what is the best way of doing. Like, pick their advice. Like, if they know more than you in some things, you know, listen to the advice. But go and try it yourself. What's going on with the chat? Oh man. I understand why you don't work 8 hours a day. It's because you do more passive learning. I mean, watch videos, tutorials. Buenas tardes. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Sasson, that's important. I mean, if you're in the learning stage, you have to learn a lot. But the best thing about the tutorials is that you have to do them alone. Don't just watch them for the sake of watching them. The best way of learning, I think, is like applying what you're learning to the project that you're currently on. Buenas tardes, Franco y Alex. Uno Alex. No, yeah. This is Alex. Kochi, I love how you work. Looks. Are you thinking of opening a Patreon at some point? So that we can have a figure, maybe a miniature. I don't know, Kochi. I will have to speak to my friend about that. We'll see. I saw your Zbrush top tips section, and I watched your art station, and I saw you are worth to follow. Oh, okay, Alex. Thanks, man. Hope it helps. Don't read this comment out loud. Okay, I won't. I won't read that comment. I don't know, because maybe he has an orcish face. Yeah, there is. I don't know if he's using Mari, but there you go. Follow him or ask him. Oh, I lost the stream page, sorry. There you go. There you go. Jose Manuel Fernandez, what's the best way to learn anatomy? It's, goddamn, it takes years. I kind of hate anatomy some days. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I hate it. I got this little guy, for example, from 3D Total. It's useful. It's very useful. But the way you learn anatomy is by doing it. And it takes time. And you're going to get frustrated. And it's going to take you a lot of time. And it's going to be an eternal thing. So don't wait until you know anatomy to model something. Like, start modeling, start using a lot of reference. That's the best thing. In the previous video from the Green Reaper, I show how I use scans for reference and the workflow that I have for that. So you can check that out. Oh, you're doing a Cyberpunk? Yeah, I need to finish that guy. I need to finish that Cyberpunk police. But anatomy, it's eternal. I mean, you're never going to finish studying anatomy. That's for sure. Oh, this is too high dense. They're doing a sequel of, what's the name of the movie? Bright from Netflix. I think I heard something about that. Like they're doing a sequel of that movie with Will Smith. I thought the aesthetic was kind of cool. I mean, the orc. I like to see anything that is fantasy. If it's half decent, I will watch it. I want to make him like a small cranius. I want to make him look a little bit dumber. No, I don't want to go. Let me check comments. Man, you're going crazy today. Thanks a lot, Jorge Murcia. Admiro tu capacidad de trabajar y tus obras. Gracias, Jorge. Estás mejorando muchísimo, Jorge, de que empezaste, así que me encanta. Muy bueno todo lo que vienes haciendo. El Wolverine ese que tenés de avatar queda muy lindo. Mr. Sanson, I tried to watch Lucas Cuenca stream you did with him, but it's Spanish. Yeah, it's in Spanish. That one is in Spanish, sorry. I'm Spanish tricky to get speaker. Yeah, don't worry about that one. But he's doing some in English. So you should, I don't know, maybe check them out. Will you show us the Grim Reaper after print? Yeah, of course, David. That's the idea. That's the idea about the whole like Grim Reaper stream. Okay, you can see all the workflow, like everything from the start to the end, and you will see everything. It's just that what I'm doing right now is repetitive. Like I can show you what I'm doing in like quick videos, stuff like that, but it's just the same. So it will be interesting when I go to the next step. Sorry, to just when I go to the next step in the pipeline, you can say. So you can see there, and I will obviously show you all the process, and I will show you also how I do a few keys and hollow it. But it's going to be the same as I showed what I with the head. I did that with the head, the hollowing and stuff like that, and keying, and it's going to be all the same, one over and over for each part of the model. I think I will go more with the Cyberpunk of Frank Miller Dark Knight Batman. That's cool, Mr. Sanson. But do it, just do it. Don't stop thinking about it and just go ahead and do it. I really love your X-Men Status series, especially Samurai Warrior and Salok. Do you still continue to do this X-Men series? You're working on some new projects, sir. Raymond. Those kind of stuff, they are for private clients, and that's it. I do things for companies as well, but they take much longer to come out. But no, you're not going to see anything that is not my own creations here, other than what I've been showing with the Grim Reaper, that is based on Ariel Olivetti's concept, because I love that concept so much. That character looks so cool, and it's not going to for, you know, it's just for me. It's not something I'm going to sell or anything, so it's just like a personal fan art. Weird, strange ears. See, and now we have an orcish head. Big Adam's apple, right? Here you have the jaw muscles that they go connect from there. But come on, we're making a creature, we can fuck that up a little bit. Nobody will notice. Nah. And look at faces. I mean, when you're doing anatomy or faces, like human faces, we all have the same muscles, no? But we have so many variations. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. We have what was over 7 billion people on the planet, and you know, everybody looks different from each other. It's insane. And you obviously get similar looking people, like that Nicolas Cage photo and Keanu Reeves, I think, as well. Old-timey photos. But faces are very interesting to me. But I don't, for some reason, I'm not like crazy about working on likeness or stuff like that. It's not like I enjoy a lot like trying to replicate a face from a person. Okay, so this here. I think the audio is coming to an end. No, it's good. Went quiet there. Could save because I haven't been saving this. What 3D printer are you using to print those figures? I've been using the Formlabs 3, Alex. And Formlabs, if you are watching, come on, send me an L1 so I can print full figures in one go. I have the 3 regular one, and I would love to get the L1. Would love to. I could do so many things with that. Can do the same things with the 3, but you just have to segmentate it a lot more. Takes more time. I'm going to duplicate this guy because I like to do that in my workflow, you know, just to keep iterations. Because I'm a coward, I'm afraid I'm going to fuck it up. Yeah, Alex, yeah, it is quite expensive, but you don't get better than that. And I've been watching a Formlabs for 10 years, and finally I got it last year. So it took me 10 years to get it. So patience is the key, my friend. Literally. 10 years to being able to buy that printer. I don't know what to do with this guy now. Just going to add some tertiary detail just to have some noise. I see some people, Mr. Sanson, is saying, I see some people with good work that don't get jobs, and others people with not so good that get jobs. Do you have an opinion why this happens? I can't think it won't work. Let me see. Mr. Sanson, yes. I mean, it can be a lot of different things, Mr. Sanson. Like, it can be about knowing how to contact people, like actually looking for work, because it's not just about posting your work online and hoping they, you know, companies call you. Everybody has their shit that they have going on, you know. So it's like, if you want a job, like, look for a job. do a nice portfolio and send it to the companies. And then another thing, it's about personality, has to do a lot with that. Like you have to be nice, you have to be a good person and nice at least to be around. I mean, you don't have to be like the soul of the party, but you have to be decent, you know, because people are going to be working with you, and they, you know, they don't want to, you know, have troubles with you, have to deal with you with a drama queen or something like that. And you have to be reliable. Like if you say you're going to do something at a certain time or whatever, you have a task that you have to accomplish, you have to do it. You have to follow that through. For example, I don't know how to say, if that explained it, but I used to work a lot doing commercials. I used to live in Mar del Plata, that's my hometown, and it's from, you know, in Argentina, Buenos Aires. And all the big companies doing commercials were in the capital, in Buenos Aires capital. I used to live in my hometown that was like over 400 kilometers away. So I've been freelancing for many years now. And even though there are a lot of cool, good artists in Mar del Plata, in Buenos Aires capital, my clients would call me again and again and again because I was reliable, I finished the task on time, I didn't give them like headaches, I knew what my place was, I don't know how to, like I was responsible. And if I got something assigned, I would do it. You know, I wouldn't fool around. You know, I would finish it on time, deliver it, get feedback, ask for feedback, show that I was interested in the work. I don't know. I think that all those values are important. I'd be a good team player. And there is people that is really good, but they lack the communication skills, or maybe they are really good and they don't know how to look for jobs. They don't know how to market themselves. Many things. It could be many different things. That's the thing. And there are people that think they are the shit. They are the best. And then you hire them and they are just a fucking diva. You know, they cause problems and they want to do the things their way. And they don't care about what their client is actually asking them. And those cause a lot of problems in the pipeline. You don't want those kind of guys. Recently I found out that I can use S and C curve while sculpting faces. It just blew my what do you mean? Use S and C curves? Ah, you're talking about like S's, like an S and a C curve. Well, were you talking about that? Sanson is not just good art. Exactly. You're replying to what I was saying. Sorry, I was reading. It's not just about the good art. You have to have different other skills, like human skills, obviously. But that's the thing. And also, I mean, you might be the coolest guy ever, and you might do the coolest art ever, but if you don't know how to promote yourself, nobody's going to see you. Like, people are not going to know you if you don't share your art and if you don't, you know, expose yourself. That's the thing that I was talking with a friend about this the other day, that these days, artists, we don't have to worry about only doing good art and getting better and better every time. You know, we have to worry about the social skills as well, a lot. It wasn't like that, but now it is, so you have to get with the times. There's no way around that. Like, you have to be on social media. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this. Like, yeah, you have to. So if you have a Mr. Sanson, you have a YouTube channel, so that's cool. That's awesome. I'm sure you're posting on Instagram a lot as well. Just expose, you know, you have to expose your work as much as you can, but don't get like over stressed about it. Okay, just do something good, and then if you're going to use it as a portfolio. And in social media, I mean, sometimes you can, you know, post some work in progress stuff and things like that. Just figure out what works for you. Coffee break. Yeah, Mr. Sanson is saying. Yeah, that's that I understand. Sorry, and once Simon Lee made a video demo to Shiflet Brothers and said that the professional he is just a tool. Sorry, that professionally he is just. Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, Simon Lee, man. If you don't know Simon Lee and you're here, go and check Simon Lee. He's amazing. I love his work. And then we have Kamehameha Master. I meant, for example, you look at the face from the side, you make your own nose follow S-curve. Yeah, I learned it from watching Dave Martin work. Okay, that's cool. I haven't seen that. I will check it out. Yeah, there's a lot of S's and C's in the nature. Like that's why everything is kind of soft and follows a rhythm. You know, and S has a cool rhythm. Like it's super soft. So yeah, I get what you're saying now. Right. You work so fast. It looks like great and savage already. It kind of reminds me of Panther from Thundercat. Oh yeah, you're right. Just my opinion. Yeah, I love Panther, man. That was the coolest from Thundercats. Darth Blader. Hola amigos, saludos. Quería preguntar si usas tablets gráficas, alguna tableta digital o solo mouse y teclado. I don't know why these questions. This is the first time I think I got this question. What I use is a Cintiq. Dart, una Cintiq que estoy usando ahora. Pero, for Zbrush, you definitely need to use a Cintiq or a tablet, you know. And I use Wacom. That's the only thing I have ever used. The Wacom tablets. And keyboard. For shortcuts. But yes, you definitely need something like that because you need the pen pressure. You cannot really model that much in Zbrush without something like that. It's essential to the workflow, my friend. I'm going to add this because I realize it's going to be easier if I do it like this. And let me check. There is a brush that I love to use for muscles, but I don't really use it like this. But it's a super. This is a super cool brush. No, I don't use it like this at all. I've been using it for my echo shade I'm doing, and I found it's super useful because when you want to, I don't know, let's say drag a muscle, like let's say I'm going to drag the sternocleidomastoidea, you got it like that. Now smooth it out. Let me show you how it looks. See? And that's super like useful for doing muscles. Now, yeah, it's not working because it's going inside the mesh. But when since I'm doing an crochet, I mean, you know, how I have the bones, and from one bone to another one, I can draw this shape, and I got a muscle, and it's been super useful. I play around with the brushes; they are cool. I mean, there's a reason why they made them, and we only have like 3 brushes. Then Darth, this model you're doing right now is just Dynamesh or it's only Dynamesh with Samsung. It's been only Dynamesh, and if you've seen, I mean, I haven't changed the resolution at all. We are around 1 million, but it's enough for what I'm doing right now. Oh, we don't have the connection there. Let's just inflate it through here. And actually, yeah, I mean, it might be a little bit too heavy in the poly count for what I'm doing, because it's kind of hard for me sometimes to smooth things, and in this stage I actually would get less resolution than what I'm doing, but I just didn't measure it out and started sculpting and screw it up a little bit. Whoop. I'm gonna go less. Okay, let me show you. See this back face, this is what I was talking about earlier. Nice powerful edge polish, back face masking activated, and I'm just holding out, dragging this here, right? And now I have like this. Yeah, it's too high poly for what I'm doing, but I'm not going to go back now. Let's duplicate this guy. I'm going to quick save it just in case. Mr. Sanson, they don't look like that when you're using Dynamesh. What's the reason why? I'm on 1.2 million. Okay, let's duplicate this. Let's take the resolution down and control drag it. That is 8K million. 8K, not million, 8K polygons. That is 400. And actually, at 400 and at 4 and a million, I mean, you don't really see a much difference. That's what I meant. Like, you don't really have to go that high for doing primary and secondary shapes. See, this one is the 1 million one, and this one here is the 400. And it still retains, you know, the primary and secondary forms. Okay, what do I want to do with this guy? Let's see if we can maybe add hidden one. Now we have this, like this. I don't want to work it in that much geometry, geometry. Just going to see remeasure and see what I get. It's been an hour already. That was fast. Well, there we go. I love see remeasure. It's just amazing how fast you can work with this. And this is a new brush that they have. Okay, this is super cool. The move. Where is it? Where is it? It's here. But I want to show you. Where is it? Okay, let me see if since I got there. Is it right? There we go. Move Infinity. I couldn't remember the name. Move Infinity. I want to show you. I don't know if you know the difference, but I hope you do. Like when you use this one, you know, I move there, not even using symmetry, and it's going to move. You know, like it's like it will be like if you were sticking a long cylinder there and moving with the cylinder. If I move with the regular move, see how it's going to move. It's going to move different. It's super useful. I use it a lot. Hey, what's up, Juan? Yeah, I've been doing a stream early because I don't know if I'm going to be awake at 7. Kamehameha Master. By the way, have you heard about Skink Chen? His work is insane. No, I haven't, man. He's making bugs inspiring creator in the motion pose. Ah, okay, wait. Maybe this name doesn't ring a bell because I'm bad with names, but I have seen. Yeah. Awesome work. Yeah, I knew. I love it. I've been watching him for years. It's hard for me to remember the name, and because the posts that he does, they look like it's like a calendar. Yeah, it's amazing work. If you don't know his work, check it out. Like the Kamehameha Master saying, like Skink Chen. Super cool work. I should have a helmet reference here, you know, to know what I could do. Like I'm not just playing around. And it kind of looks dumb. Let's see if we can figure something that might make him look a little bit more menacing. I don't want to make him look stupid. I'm going to have to end up dynamishing this stuff. And one thing, okay, and now I have this. I want to carve 2 holes. So remember this. I'm holding Alt when I'm dragging, and see that I have these shapes. They are white now. And I don't remember how to active the light boolean or not. So let me try this. They are white. That's very important. And you see the inside out, right? They are inverse. So yeah, you don't need to active the boolean. So when you do that and in a Dynamesh, you know, it carves holes. Super easy. This is getting so bad so fast, but that's the fun thing about this, like trying ideas. I was told to show you how to do holes in a Dynamesh. If I used to model a lot of cartoon, yeah, because I used to work in commercials, so most of my work was cartoon. So I actually been working more in like, not realistic because this is not realistic, but more like, I don't know, cinematic style, you can say. In the recent past 4 or 5 years, most of my thing used to be cartoonish. Other than personal work. Personal work, no, but professional work was always cartoonish. Oh, I forgot. Throw me some questions. If you have questions, just throw me some questions. You can keep this more interactive. If not, I'm going to just stay quiet and sculpt for a long time. What would you like to see? Like, what do you need to learn that I can try to teach you? Because, as I say, I'm not academically trained, so I'm really bad at teaching, but I found out through doing this stuff that I know things that are helpful for some new artists, so it's nice to figure, to ask you guys what you would like to see that I can try to show how I do it or whatever. Can try to explain the process. The chat is on the way. It's on the. Kind of doesn't. I don't know if it works for this big guy. Let me see. Do you have more Spain to be close to the industry or just for fun? Do you move to Spain to be closer to the industry? No, it wasn't for fun, but it was to do something different and to be. I'm here with my wife and my daughter. We just wanted a change, and we came here, and it's really nice. Okay, thanks. Maverick, how do you decide when to move from Dynamesh to Subdivision? Genial tu trabajo, saludos de Tierra del Fuego. Hey, what's up? There isn't like an exact point when I decide to move. Like when I know that I like the overall model, like I just go to subdivision to zero measure, a subdivision, and that's where I'm start with my tertiary forms, you can say. I usually do a lot of tertiary forms in the Dynamesh mode. So you can say that when I'm ready to, move to tertiary forms. That's why I move to subdivisions. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what was going on there. Something happened here. You know, that would be a nice way, a good moment to go to the subdivisions. But since I'm sketching, I don't want to do that now because I'm not sure that if this is going to be like this or it's going to change more. Chun, 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 chun. Danny Serrano, watching your workflow is already in great teaching stuff. Oh, okay, thanks, I appreciate it. But yeah, okay, nice. Let's see. We can add a few tertiary form shape, but I don't really. No, I don't want to go there. This is not good at all. But that's the thing. I mean, we're kind of designing in 3D, so I'm good. What can I do with this guy? Can we can cyberpunk him? No. Why is taking so long? Oh, I went on the. Oh no, it's okay. It's too much. Let's reduce the polygons. One thing, if you hold control, you know, and you drag from one of those, you know, the scale ones, it's going to clip. Okay. So you can go and do something like that, for example, unclip the corners. It's super fast. Dun, dun, dun. Christmas orc. Christmas orc. Juan saying, "Hey, what do you don't you show us how you do renders and composition?" Yeah, but because that's not what I want to do now, bro. That's I will show you that, but that's later on in the Grim Reaper series. Now I'm doing this because I want to chill out a little bit. With this helmet, he looks like an executioner. Okay, yeah, like a verdugo. I don't know how to say verdugo. I don't remember the word. Christmas orc is saying Andre. And remember, with this, you have this EMM boolean that is basically a subtractor. Like, I can go drag this. No, sorry. Actually, I mean, the idea of that brush that Joseph did is that you can go you create a live boolean, split masked. See, and you can do a bunch of these, and then just boolean them together as I have been showing in the previous streams. Like I can create a folder, new folder, drag this in here, and go and say make boolean, and it's going to drop me the boolean result here. And now I got it all boolean up. And that's a cool brush that is just integrated here in Zbrush with cool shapes, useful shapes. So I have this, split the basket. No, let's make it. There we go. See, I have the shape here and the boolean action. So again, I like to do it in folders because it keeps everything in this boolean folder. Oh, my battery is draining out like crazy. See, I knew I wasn't going to be able to do this until later on. But see, now I have this. I can up the resolution a little bit, drag. Now we have some cyberpunk-esque. Yeah, that's not cool because he should, is. Playing with them ideas. Okay, I'm not going to remesh it, but this add some tertiary forms quickly, just to give him some texture, and then we're just going to finish the stream for today. Let's see, maybe I should give him, no, that's too much. I'll remove variation. My hairbrush. You did it or bought it? I did it. That's why it's my hairbrush. Like, I took out this brush that I uploaded, the one that I do this with. That one I did it myself. That's why it's up there. I think to be downloaded. I wouldn't put something that I didn't do, that I bought from somebody else, and just upload it for free to people. It's something that I did. Okay, well, I should be doing this in a different one because I'm just like playing around. So let's get this back there, at least. Yeah, and keep this one here. And now we're just adding some noise to the surface, you can say. I'm not like following some magic rule of how to do pores and texture. I'm not really that interested these days in the micro level detailing. I'm more like interested in the primary and secondary forms. Tertiary, yeah, it's fun, but I'm not going crazy with textures like pores and super detailed wrinkles, because they just don't come up in the printer sometimes. So I think I have the stroke. Oh, it's okay. Estoy en YouTube. Sí, estoy en YouTube. ¿Qué pasó? Ah. Okay. So we have some tertiary forms. What you can do next. I'm doing this because I want to show you something that I do for the 3D prints, because you need to bump up these details. And remember, the new features from the new Zbrush are going to make this much easier. You can go mask by cavity, like that, for example, and you can invert it. And if you want to do all at the same time, this will be too much. Yeah, you just have to blur it a little bit. There we go. And then maybe take the inflate. With, and you start to go over this. I'm holding L, so let's say change. I'm subtracting, not adding. Let's do the same, but I'm going to invert it, and now I'm going to add some. Obviously, you can see here that I didn't put too much love into that, but you get the technique. And you need to do this because if you're going to print it, you're not going to see. I mean, printed, let's say 22 inches. This will be a quarter scale, or a big one at least. This will be the size of the quarter scale head. If you're watching it on a 22-inch monitor, will be something like that. So you need to bump those details up. Do you use Ed Tour? Oh, sorry, it's impossible for me to pronounce that. Yes, the lives are safe. You can check them in YouTube. You can't find my YouTube channel? You don't use, I don't use FireMesh, Mr. Sanson. My YouTube channel, man. I mean, yeah, why can you find my YouTube channel? Whether you have to post it in the comments, I don't know. Paste. But those are in the so that's the link. But it's let me see if I can. YouTube. I'm going to post it on the chat there. That's weird. Yeah, there you go. You got it there. I posted on. There's the link for the YouTube. You're looking in Facebook, right? Okay. So see now. Let me see if I did not. I should have. Let's do something. And let's go back so you can see the difference between having all those details and there we go. See, those are the details that I did without the inflate, you can say, and those are with inflate. You have to do this the right way, but you can see the difference right away. And these are not going to come out in the print, these will. And that was actually, there you go. You can see there much more. Print, print. Mr. Sanson, I don't remember where my hair and fur brush is. I will have to check that out. But I might upload it here on this YouTube. And I think I uploaded with this alpha. But I also have a different alpha that I made, that is this one. It works quite well. So I might upload that one as well. And for stuff like this, I like to use the Displacement Brush. No backface masking. Just because it pulls away from the normals. Do I have the mask on? Oh, I have the mask on. Okay. That was the reason why it was working funny. Now, yeah, I know that all these surface details starts, to add richness to the model. But in the end, I mean, this is what is important, the primary and the secondary forms. Right? I mean, you can tell he's an ogre or orc from this far away. You don't really need those extra details to know that. So if you don't have those in a good position, like don't start with the tertiary forms. Don't rush the details. Music is going crazy. And for these, I should be using like some reference of a nose or something. I think I need to finish the stream because probably lunch is ready. That's why my wife came in a few minutes ago. Let's break the symmetry. To duplicate this one. Like this. Now if he's doing these, the muscles, not actually the muscles, but the skin should be folding a little bit here. Okay, when you do that. And generally I use a mirror or something, or I look at myself, but the camera is on and I don't have a mirror closed, so. Don't invent this like wrinkling on the face. If you use actual reference, it's always going to look better. Like to see how it behaves, how the skin folds and overlaps on each other and stuff like that. Like if you use reference, that's always better. And there's tons of reference like in internet for free, like expressions of people, and I think 3D Scan Store has some cool reference scans of people like emoting. Just, I don't really like this. Going to look at the chat in a second. Yeah, that's angrier. Look at the difference. Okay, we fuck the eyes a little bit. Let's change the focal shift. Mask this part because that's I like and I want to lose it. And we can go and, you know, squint his eyes a little bit more. And let's define the, how do you call this in English? Eyelid? No. Yeah. fix this. Just inflate it a little bit to make it. There we go. Please save. Going to try a technique I don't really use that often. Color. No, a bit dark. And this, I mean, I'm obviously not doing it right. I'm doing it fast. I don't remember how it was done. I have to check it out. But Justin Goldfield showed me this technique that he learned from somebody else. Like, he didn't show it specifically to me. He showed it at the convention here, and I thought it was really cool. Like, see, like if you lay out the colors, there are I don't remember the name. That's the thing. There are like certain ways of that you should paint the face. Like we have blues in some parts, yellows in others, and reds in other ones. So if you lay out those colors overall, and then you apply like with a RGB like intensity low, the overall color that you want to give it, it's going to do like this. And actually I think it works really nice. It's interesting. But what you can do then, mask it by cavity, inverted, blur it a little bit. And just do it like will be like a wash, where the dark color gets into the creases. Paint the eyebrows darker brown. Something super fast. And the eyes. No, paint. Why am I changing that? Let's apply the material toy plastic to it. That's the only one that I think that it works for this kind of thing. Well, the position of the eyes is definitely wrong. Should be more like that, because of the curvature. Okay, no, paint. Come on, Franco. No lazy mouse. dark eyes. Let's make those a little bit brighter on the tip so they stand up a little bit more. Not that much. Same with this. This is just too dark. This would be like a sketch, right? But PPR render it. Just check. Go to the render, shadow, angle, give it a little bit more rays as well. And this is going to soften the shadow. Let's make this. Let's go black to see how it looks. Okay. There we go. So one cool tip is this one. Like, see, since we are in the center of the world and everything, and the music stopped because I've been using this for a long time. Then what we can do to make this look to one side. See, by default, the symmetry is on mirror, right? Obviously, but let's say I want him to be looking to us. I can change, deactivate the symmetry, and now see I am on, with the symmetry, with the active symmetry obviously, and this icon that takes you to the center of the object. Now I can go and adjust where he's looking, and I have to move the eyes individually. Let's try a different shader for his skin. That's too plastic. Material. Modify. Specular. That's a little bit better. Lighting. Let's take the lights. Yeah, that's fast, but it is what it is for today. Okay, I'm going to check the questions, and that's it for this stream. What's let me see. Cool. Hey Franquito, hey Aveno, what's up, man? No, it's only for today. Don't worry about it. Make it a badass org. Thanks, brother. Next Wednesday is December 16th. Will it be online or will we be taking Christmas break? No, yeah, I'm taking a Christmas break. Probably. So yeah, I don't think it's the 16th I'm going to be live. Maybe a day earlier, but I don't know. Probably I will tell you about it, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to be online that much during the Christmas. Franco looking at the mirror without birra, it is a good reference for, yeah, it is. I use my face for reference all the time. Thanks so much. Thank you everybody for being here. I'm glad you saw. I mean, I don't know. I'm glad this is helping. I have a bad experience making skin portraits with layers and using poly paint at the same time. You happen to use, yeah, poly paint and layers don't mix very well. So if you're going to use layers, just use them for sculpting. Poly paint kind of works funky with with layering. So I don't recommend it. Do you always sculpt with perspective on? No, I switch between perspective and orthographic. You should you should do it as you feel comfortable with, but it is important to use perspective. Don't sculpt everything in orthographic. When you sculpt in orthographic, it's going to look weird because we don't see in orthographic. So let's get this head in orthographic. See, he looks super wide in orthographic. Change to perspective is more natural, right? But I'm on 85 because I'm working only on a head. Now won't be difficult to position the eyes anymore. Oh, nice. Thanks. Glad that tip worked, Samson. Dani Serrano, genial streaming como siempre. Muchas gracias, Dani. You show me how to use the layers. Layers. How I use layers? Yeah, I can. But next one, I can show you how to use layers. Andres, my pleasure, man. Lee Gibson, what alpha do you use for the porous? I use alpha. The odd one. I show it like this one, or I think it was alpha 47, and a color spray. Okay, yeah. Now what? That's it for today. Let's save this guy, right? Because I didn't save it. Wait. Just in case. Mr. Sansom, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too, and Happy New Year. If we don't talk each other. What is this? Screen now, but I'm probably going to be. Let's save this as orc. Orc with a K. C model. Orc. There we go. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for being here. Glad you enjoy it again. Merry Christmas if you don't come soon. If we don't do a new stream, and Happy New Year. See you next year if I don't do a stream before that one. Okay? Bye bye, everybody.